Hello and welcome to TBN News. I'm Jalen Bruce.
And I'm Janet Garrido. There were some bright spots in the varsity football team loss to East Longmeadow last Friday. Davin Peterson and Richard Foster will have all the latest sports news.
Reporter Amir McIver is on the music beat and has profile of Putnam's music man, Mr. Jeff Schumann.
Everyone knows it's flu season, but for teachers, it's also time to guard against another illness. Reporter Deshaun Williams took his camera to the nurse's office to get the diagnosis.
All this plus candid questions right here on TBN News.
It's been a tough year for Putnam boys varsity football team.
The record stands at 1-5 going into tonight's game against a very good Westfield team, but the Beavers showed some flashes of improvement in last week's close loss to East Longmeadow. Here with the highlights and all the sports news are reporters Davin Peterson and Richard Foster.
That's right, Jalen. If it hadn't been for costly turnovers, the Beavers probably would have beaten the Spartans. But East Longmeadow hung on to beat Putnam 34-26. Let's go to the highlights. The Beavers started out strong. Quarterback Cecil Villa hits 18 in the back of the end zone. Oh snap, that's me. Phil Rankin Jr. had a great night. Here he takes it from 4 yards out. Tailback Calvin James scores from the 5. Calvin led all ball carriers in yardage. Here's another of his great runs for a big game. Next, Phil makes something out of nothing. He carries defenders for a big game. And Calvin shows that why he is a star on both offense and defense with his fourth quarter interception. The Beavers host once beaten Westfield tonight at 7 p.m. at Central High School. Game time is at 7 p.m. Hope to see you there. The JV football team played East Longmeadow to a 6-6 tie this past Monday. That runs their record of 5-0-1. They traveled to Westfield on Monday.
Going to the soccer field, the boys soccer team took a hard loss against Pioneer Valley Christian High. The score was 2-1. That brought the boys' record to 4-6-4. They will face Grimby this afternoon at 4 at Hubbard Park. Earlier, I had a chance to speak with junior Asumana Bengera.
How's the team looking?
We're looking good. We had our ups and downs before, but, we're keeping it straight, trying hard.
What's the strengths?
Our strength is just basically, just us, like working together, playing hard, just being ourselves, just go out there and just work hard.
In girls soccer, the Lady Beavers lost to McCann High this past Monday, 8-0. That brought their record to 6-6-2. TBN's Deshaun Williams asked junior Aaliyah Malcolm about her team's strong points.
The strengths of the soccer team is mainly the defense line, me, Tracy, Tasia, and more other people, whatever. And I got to give some credit to our midfields and all that because they put in work too.
With a record of 10 wins and 5 losses, the Lady Beavers volleyball team is Putnam's most successful fall team. They beat a good Holyoke team 3-2 for that 10th win. Next up is a home match today against Belchertown. It all begins at 5 p.m.
In the Woods and Trails, the boys and girls cross-country team both had a big win against arch-rival Central High this past Tuesday. The girls beat Central 34-21. The boys won 30-25. That's it for this busy weekend of sports. Back to Janet and Jalen.
Last week's TBN News brought you the story about the need to get your flu shot. Today we tell about another illness. It's called Hepatitis B. And soon the Springfield School's nursing department will be offering a hepatitis B vaccination program to teachers, administrators, paraprofessionals, and custodians. But just what is hepatitis B? Reporter Deshaun Williams interviewed school nurse Miss Debbie to get the answers.
Well, hepatitis B is a disease of the liver, and it causes muscle fatigue, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, sometimes jaundice, which makes the white of your eyes turn like yellow, and your skin can be kind of yellow, and also pain in your muscles and joints in your stomach. Hepatitis B is spread through blood or body fluids, so you would get it by any contact with someone who's infected with their blood or body fluids, and you could get that through even sharing a razor or a toothbrush, or things like blood if you're through needles or things like that. Well, the best way to do it is through immunization. So there is a vaccine for hepatitis B. It's actually a state-mandated vaccine. So all infants, when they're born, they get their first dose in the hospital, and usually the pediatricians give the second dose a month later and the third dose 6 months after they're born. So a total of 3 doses. I think so, particularly hepatitis B, because that's a it's commonly vaccinated against. Like I said, newborn infants are right away vaccinated in the hospital, and any of you guys in school have all had that vaccine. It's a state-mandated vaccine, and anybody who's had children is also aware of it. Maybe people that are a little bit older that haven't had children in the last 25 or 30 years may not know about it. I think hepatitis A and hepatitis C are things that people don't know as much about, and that's important to be aware of that.
The immunization program for teachers, administrators, and paraprofessionals and custodians begins on October 26th.
He's always on cue, never misses a beat, and he never blows his own horn.
He's Mr. Jeff Schumann. Here's reporters Amir MacGyver with a look at Putnam's maestro, Mr. Jeff Schumann, in this edition of High Profile.
Mr. Schumann loved music since he was a child.
What got me into music when I was a young chillin', 7 years old. My grandparents bought everyone in my mother's family a piano, and we all learned to play it. And I got hooked on it at a young age.
Through his exposure to music at a young age, Schumann decided to take his passion to the next level.
I went to Western New England College. I went to Westfield State College. I went to Springfield College and UMass, but I got my bachelor's degree in music at Westfield State and my master's at Springfield College. Yeah.
After that, Mr. Schumann decided to come teach here at Putnam, and he's enjoyed his time here very much.
It is the dopest school in the city, and everybody wants to go to Putnam, and I just loved Putnam.
And the students here love to have him.
I'm going to say he's a pretty good teacher. I've learned how to play the piano in just about 2 weeks as I transferred into this class, so I like him. I think he's a good teacher.
For TBN News, this is Amir MacGyver.
You know what? They really have a lot of fun down there in that music room.
Say, are you musically inclined?
Yes, you know what they call me? Nick King, 'cause I drum those daggone beats.
Halloween is just around the corner, and that means trick-or-treating and bags of candy. So in this week's edition of Candidate Question, it just made sense for Nashira Diaz to ask students if they were a candy, what kind of candy would they be?
If you were a candy, what would you be?
A Snickers.
Be watermelon Sour Patches because I'm juicy and I'm sweet.
Reese's. Why Reese's? Because, you know, call me Reese, can't catch me without the piece.
If you were a candy, what would you be?
I'd be Starburst gummies.
I guess it'd be a crybaby because, like, I have, like, a sour outer core, but then once you get, like, to really, like, you know what I'm inside, I guess I'm just a little sweeter than you would expect.
Me, I would be a mint, actually, because they always come in the clutch when you need them.
White chocolate. Laffy Taffy, because all the girls love Laffy Taffy.
I'd be a Reese's Cup.
So, Jalen, what kind of candy would you be?
I'll be a Snickers because it kicks my taste buds. How about you?
I'd be Skittles because I'm colorful. Don't forget you can see our show on YouTube. Just search for TBN News.
And on our Facebook page, Putnam TV.
If you log on to Facebook, send us a note on how we're doing. After all, it's your program.
And that includes telling us if there's something you like to see in our program or any happening at Putnam and your classmates might be interested in knowing about.
Thanks for watching. See you next time on TBN Student News.